two circles, the reciprocals, parang nakita ko to eh. Maybe you sent it way
Abo,
before.
wait lang po. Send ko po ulit.
No, if it's here, you don't have to. Okay, found it. Nakita ko.
Yun po.
All right. So copying, and then here we go.
Sorry. Gusto nga. Naano na po, na-paste na po.
Wait. So let me copy image and then
Paste.
so all I need to do is paste it. All right.
Parang medyo blue po yung ilaw dyan.
And your sheet of paper, it's a bit blue.
Parang blue po siya compared sa iba.
Hindi isa, iba yung light na ginamit.
Maybe, all right. So ito ay, mamaya na ito na nung research mo, which is all well and good. All right, it's interesting. Ito actually, I'm sure there are other facts that we may not be aware of. So halimbawa, the in-center is not always present in the Euler line, but it is on the NAGEL line. I don't know if this is pronounced NAGEL or NAGEL or NAGEL, parang bagel. Okay. So the product of the three sides equals 4 times the product of these three special dimensions. They started with SR, which is the area of the triangle ABC. And Joshua, I commend you for the perseverance that you undertook. However, see how you ended up with this. 1/2 AB sine gamma, and isn't 1/2 AB sine gamma one of the formulas we have already established for the area of a triangle?
Wait, I forgot?
Let's say you have A, B, C. This is A, this is B, this is C. So the area equals half. You take the product of any of the two sides, AC, multiplied by the sine of the angle between them.
What? I forgot.
Yes.
No, but it still proves po na it's really the formula because the Heron's formula leads up to it.
So actually, it leads to that. If that was something that you remembered, then you could have gone straight to this. You take this time A times B and then gamma. It's the sine of the angle between them. Okay, sine gamma. In fact, paano ba nung argument dito? Why is it? I feel like when we're talking about okay, this is zoomed in way too much. Okay, let's go back to trigonometry. Actually, it was after the pre-calculus discussion. So geometry, I think there was a time that we were talking about areas. Hanapin ko lang ng mabilis sa areas.
Dapat po may find option po sa
Yeah, I know, right? That would make things really easier. Okay, but this is a whole lot of many different notes with your
communist emblems.
With your many comments as well. Wait. Kasi
nakita na rin ba po yan? Na-decode na po yan?
Ay, hindi pa. Di na ako nababalik dito eh. Ito, wait, hold on. Areas.
Ayun.
In terms of the sign, or baka CEVA'S theorem. What? I'm sure it was somewhere here. Anyways, never mind. Parang ano. Now's not the time to look it up. But you are aware of that formula, are you?
I think it unlocked the memory po.
Okay, now that's been pointed out. So, halimbawa, okay, let's say this is the situation. This is a triangle. Then you have B, C, and then as usual A. So A, B, C, and then let's say you have an acute triangle. So height. So the area is 1/2 A times H, right? Base times height. If we take A as the base and then H is that particular height. But then gamma, sine of gamma equals H over B.
Bro?
So this means H equals B sine gamma. And so just like that, we have 1/2 AB
No!
sine of gamma.
All of that, ano po, all of that time, ano, thinking about how could I possibly get that, ano. And then it turns out this is the proof.
Okay, but actually, I want to go back to where we proved Heron's formula. Because I think that was our starting point for Heron's formula.
Binaliktad ko
Use
po.
the nung pinrove natin ng Heron's formula, I think
Maganda ba yung ano?
I'm sure we proved it, pero hindi ko sakana.
Dapat po
Papa-
parang may artificial intelligence i-match na yung ganun na formula.
Oo
Tapos
nga,
hanapin niya sa mga iba-ibang ano.
so maraming pages.
Pero
Okay.
at least po, at least it's still correct. Yun yung ano.
Definitely
Yun
correct.
po yung
Tama naman. Tama naman. So I just wanted to bring it up in case the realization escaped you. And so actually nothing else to say except that this is correct. 4SR big R equals ABC. Now, here, ito muna.
yung ano, pinaka-significant ko po na ano, discovery.
Which one? This? Or mamaya na nung
Yung mamaya na lang po yan.
Ito muna para let's get this over and done with. So,
yung dapat po, I think, yung ano po, yung, it needs the other one. Hindi po
ito
yan.
muna, no?
Hindi po yan, yung isa pa po. Yung before pa yung mas maliit. It needs yung isa pa po na picture.
Oh, from Facebook. Nasaan mo?
From yung
Okay,
from
okay.
yung una po na sub problem. It needs that one po muna.
Wait. It's on Messenger. And then kaso nga lang ang nakikita ko ay
Iyan ako po forward.
okay, sure.
Ayun po. Ma-send po ulit.
Oh, okay. So actually, I think I forgot to copy this. So,
Tang.
so ito muna.
Tang.
Well, about
Tingnan niyo po yung paper in real life pots na expand.
sana, no? Alright. Para madaling i-view. Okay. Actually, let's take care of this other problem first. So X, Y, and Z are the points of tangency of the in-center.
In-touch points.
In-touch points. Okay. So it's straightforward kasi because out of the tangencies, you have AZ equal to AY, etc.
Opo.
Okay.
Warm up lang po daw yun sa NAGEL point.
So all right. So this is nothing else to be said. Tama naman. Oh, ito nung the two things that we need to show. So okay. So looking at your triangle ABC, and then let's say that particular X center is J sub C, and then circle J sub C. One point of tangency is that point G. So yes, we have that 90-degree angle there. Okay, let me use a different color, red. Um, so yep, and then JCG is an altitude of ACJC. Yep. And then similarly, if H is where JC is tangent to BC, so this would be H, then J sub CH is an altitude of BCJ. So those two triangles are the following. So okay, the red altitude is for this red triangle, and this other altitude, let's use for good contrast green.
Nalilito lang po kasi yung figure to, hindi ko po nalakihan eh. Kung sana po yun lang po yung figure.
So the green altitude for the green triangle. And then if F is where JC is tangent to AB, then all right, JCF would then be an altitude of ABJC. Yeah, ito naman yan. Nandito sa right side. Let me go back to red for marking. Okay, so JF, altitude siya. Okay, and then so ACJC is 1.5 ACJC. So RC, so I guess RC nung ginagamit nung
Yun po yung nakasunod
radius.
po sa taas. Let something something RC.
Oh, right. Okay, tama. X-ray dye. Okay, 1.5 RC. AC. Although I think ganito no. AC ACJC is the green triangle. And one of its dimensions is V. So I think na pagbaliktad mo. Okay. And then BCJC, one of its sides is A. So A ito dapat. And then ABJC is all right. Okay. And so now ABC is ACJC plus BCJC minus, all right. So, well, fortunately, commutativity of addition, whether this is B and then this is A, ends up being the same. Okay.
Fortunately.
Fortunately. So 1/2 RC A plus B minus C.
Kumbaga, ganito po eh. Ganito po yung road.
And then A plus B.
Ano po? Commutativity is same. I will forever devote my life to the ano po. The commutativity.
Got lucky. All right. S minus C RC. Okay. All right. So there you go. That is correcto. Okay. ABC is R sub A S minus A. So that's correct. Okay. And then that's what you used here for okay. So this is done. And then okie dokie. So R sub A would be these. So, and then for the in radius R, that's area of ABC over S. What would really be ideal when you prove is instead of working backwards, you do it from left to right, kumbaga direct proof. So just start with ito, 1 over RA plus 1 over RB plus 1 over RC, and then try to see what it's equal to. So 1 over RA is S minus A over the area of the triangle, and then this ends up being fraction, denominator is the area of ABC, but 3S minus A plus B plus C, which ends up being, that becomes 3s minus 2s over the area of ABC. So S over the area of ABC. And here's where you get to use this expression for R. And note that S over the area of ABC is 1 over R. So you
Yeah.
started with the left side and you ended up with the right side. So this is the left side, and then you ended up with the right side. So that's the direct proof.
Abo.
All right. Okay. But what's important is you were able to figure out the correct relationships between
Ito po yung
the
cherry on top.
Okay. So this was parang exono. So you're talking about ito. You have this particular illustration. So T sub A, T sub B, and T sub C are the x touch points. So the points of tangency of the x circles with all right, and then they are concurrent, and the point of concurrency is the NAGEL point or NAGEL point. So why are they?
Ano rin po
Uh,
na po tawag doon? It's not just the X circle relationship but yung ano po yung TATBTC may special relationship din na po sila sa triangle in which na yung
yeah,
of the
what's that?
triangle the nakasulat po sa proof ko po yung sa before tawag doon?
Mhm.
The vertex the vertex a vertex and the opposite X touch point that splits the triangle's perimeter in half.
Yes, yes. No, no, splitter.
Splitter po.
The splitter thing. The splitter thing. That's a nifty. That's a nice property that the splitter
Opo.
does. So, it so yeah. Basically using the tangency relationships. So AB prime equals AC prime, but then BB prime equals B T sub A and CC prime equals C T sub A. So that means, yeah, AB to TA is going to be equal to this green thing, AC going to C T sub A. All right, so T sub A is a splitter of the perimeter.
Opo.
Okay, it's the same thing with the others, but as a consequence, so okay, you expressed it in terms of T sub B. So T sub B is going to be somewhere here naman. Okay, so okay, let's say T sub B is here, and then A, B, C. So AB plus AT sub B, so that would be this. AB plus AT sub B equals BC plus CT sub B. But then with each half of the perimeter, then they should be equal to S. So then AT sub B is equal to S minus AB, which is C. Right, so AT sub B, this is S minus C, and then CT sub B is S minus A. All right, so we see the pattern. S minus the side, the length of the side corresponding to the other vertex on the other side of the splitter. Okay, so this is summarized here. So you have the splitters. So for example, here you have T sub A, and then C and B. So ergo, this is S minus C, this is S minus B. Just a comment about your drawing. Your drawing. I know what you are referring to. However, the danger in how you represented the lengths is the following. All right, andito nung T sub B, right? So T sub B, and then A, and then C, and then S minus C really is the following. Ito nung S minus C. S minus C. The problem kasi with how you conveyed your drawing, okay, Ganito nung ginawa mong ano depiction, S minus C.
Baka
As
Ah,
the blue depiction would seem to imply or refer to this length. Di ba?
mm,
Samantalang, nung S minus C naman na tinutukoy mo, ito talaga yon.
abo.
Alright? But I got what you meant. Okay, just for future use.
Abo.
Okay. So, ito. So, di naman talaga. Alright. So, it's an argument by CEVA'S theorem. So, better to go from left to right. So B T sub A, T sub A C, C T sub B. Anyway, so you have the product of the three ratios on the left side. What we want to do is show that it is equal to 1. So ito ang start. And then BT sub A is S minus C. So ito yon. And then continue. And then it turns out that the value, the product of the ratios is equal to 1. And that's how we are able to conclude that A T sub A, B T sub B, and C T sub C are concurrent. Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Um, so this is the NAGEL point. And then, so ito naman, nung,
Ano po, they are actually, para po silang dual eh.
yes, yes, yes,
Actually,
they have,
may term yata po dun eh. I think it's something with the midpoint. May
uh, uh,
isotonic ba na something?
so ito AX, and then if this is T sub A, AX and AT sub A, they are simedians. Basta marami mga terms, at some point we will get there. But one thing I wanted to point out is the following. Since we already have this figure, okay, so diba that this is B, this is A, and then this is C. And then if you call this M, so M din to, N, this is N, and then P, so that's P. And then M, N, and P can of course be expressed in terms of the lengths A, B, and C. And we've done that before, because for instance, A is equal to N plus P, and then B is equal to M plus P, and then C is equal to M plus N. And then if we add up on the left side, A plus B plus C on the right side, twice M plus N plus P. But the perimeter on the left side is twice the semi-perimeter, which means S is equal to M plus N plus P. So implication being, if you take M for example, M is equal to S minus N plus P. But if you go back to the figure, N plus P is equal to A. So M is equal to S minus A. And then likewise, N is equal to S minus B.
Yung sa NAGEL point
And then,
naman po, baliktad.
oh, okay. So P, so actually yun nga magkakabaliktad. So P on the other hand is S minus C. Of course, another way to argue is kasi dito pa lang, nung AZ, that's gonna be M, which is S minus A, and AY, that's also gonna be S minus A. So actually, this is gonna be AZ over AY, that's equal to 1. The fact that it's 1 doesn't need the fact that it's S minus A over S minus A. But knowing these dimensions, let me go back to the figure that you made here. So let me just point it out. So you have A, B, and C. And then if the in center is the intersection of the angle bisectors. So let's say this is the in center I. So if you extend it, that would eventually be concurrent with the external angle bisectors at B and C. But at any rate, this will contain nung the X center at A. I don't want to draw the X centers. What I'm interested in are the touch points. So ito nung touch point ng in circle. Okay. So hindi ko na i-drawing completely. Okay, so yun ang
May,
in center.
may fear po kayo na hindi siya to scale.
Yes. It's not drawn to scale. And then let's say this is the X touch point. Wait, parang hindi litaw na litaw. Let's use orange. Let's say that this is the X touch point of. So all right, X X circle. Okay, and then for the let's use green. Anong color? Light blue.
Yung parang galaxy na po na color.
Sige na nga, parang galaxy ito. Okay. Sige, sana hindi tayo malito ha. Okay. Ayan. Sige. All right. So what we saw is that, okay, from here to here.
Hindi na po yata gumagalaw. Hindi na yata po gumagalaw yung screen na po.
Ay, hindi ba? Nag-start. How about this?
Ayun, nagana po na.
Okay. So gumalaw. Okay. Hindi lang niya nakayanan nung variety in the colors. So this is S minus C. And then this is S minus B. On the other hand, vis-a-vis the X touch points.
Okay. So, ano po, since they are the same, yung midpoint, the midpoint of the side is the midpoint of the X touch and in touch points.
So what's that? The midpoint of BC is
the midpoint of the in touch and X touch point.
Yes, diba? Okay. So I mean the length the length BC should be the same. So if this is S minus C and then this is S minus C, then the partner segments should be equal. So if this is S minus B, then naturally this is also S minus B. All right, but what's nice is that nung mga lengths na yon, yun nga, hindi sila parang random lang. Magkaugnay sila, and because they're the same, so you're right. If you take the midpoint, okay, so this is let's say, so this is the midpoint of BC. This is also the midpoint of the in touch point and X touch point. All right. Okay, so it's a bonus to the configuration.
No.
Okay. Diba? But hey, remember there was one other conjecture we noticed. Back to the figure. Kita mo yun ng so G, H, and J.
Yung first conjecture ko po, di pala po to yung NAGEL point I noticed.
No, hindi.
NAGEL point po is AJ is concurrent to something po. So I think yung if we kasi ba po yun, so yung wait lang. Di ba po sinasabi niya po na baka siguro CEVA'S theorem ng malaking triangle. So, yung di ba po alam po natin yung ano po ng EXCIRCLE. Wait.
But you're right. This is not CEVA'S theorem on triangle ABC. Unlike the
para po tong yung actually I think we should look into how the circumcenter was proven po.
Yes, okay. Pero first, let's just paparing reiterate, hindi to Chavez theorem
this is
of
even another
ABC.
po. This is even another.
So iba to kasi nung halimbawa ito here on the drawing on the right, so you get the, I don't know, is this Gergon point or Gergon point? You have a Chevian kasi from the vertex A going to the in touch point X, and then vertex B going to the in touch point Y. For the Nagel point, ganun din eh, Chevian din
Baka ano po to,
siya
baka
kasi
new mathematical discovery po. New mathematical point.
okay. So, asan nung Nagel theorem for the touch points? So, yun, AT sub A. So, it's a Chevian kasi from a vertex towards a point on the opposite side. And I see what you were getting at nung sinabi mo. Well, we can, if you look at the perpendicular bisectors of the sides of triangle ABC, the perpendicular bisectors are not Chevian kasi we're not connecting the midpoints with the vertex. If you connect the midpoints with the vertex, median ang lalabas na segment. But the concurrency of the medians, that's a different thing. Okay.
This could
Well,
this could be a new mathematical point po.
okay. Actually, it turns out that ganito. As far as ABC is concerned, if you look at itong three segments natin, let's draw in light blue. Okay, this is not a Chevian of ABC. However, it is a Chevian of, tama sinabi mo, di ba? Of the triangle formed by the X centers.
Tsaka rin pala po, if the gel point and the in center, they determine the gel line po eh. Is this triangle is this center on the Nagel line? Kasi it seems din po eh. Kasi nung graph ko po, it seems the same.
It seems no. Okay. Pero first, let us justify that this is indeed a center of triangle ABC. I don't know if it has a name, but it definitely is a point of concurrency. Okay.
Has it been discovered by anyone else before? Yun po yung tanong.
I think it has. Ganito. Hindi lang, ang hirap lang maghanap kasi there doesn't seem to be a name for it. But ultimately, if you look at IA, IB, IC, then what we're doing here is we are looking at the Chevians of that particular triangle.
So if we know po the lengths, how can we possibly find the length of the triangle?
Okay. Pero yun ang primary problem, no? So halimbawa, ito, after we've drawn the Chevians, so if you take, for example, ito, this point na to, ang problem is, how do we figure out the length of this and also the length of that? Diba? So that is our problem. If we're gonna use Chavez theorem, if we are going to use the ordinary form of Chavez theorem.
What? Tang tang tang
You
tang
see
tang
what I
tang
did
tang.
there? Dun, 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 dun. What the heck am I talking about? The ordinary form of Chavez theorem. What we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about
We're going to upgrade the Chavez theorem. Chavez theorem level 2.
an equivalent statement. Alright, so let's use that as our formal starting point here for September 21. Alright, so ginagawa natin, we are continuing things that we are, we're just continuing with the exploration. So paano ba to describe natin? So the G, H, J, the X touch points. Okay. What we need is the so-called, okay. Okay.
Tsaka ano po rin pala,
Form.
iniisip ko rin po, maybe since ito po, they involve the X-touch triangle, maybe it's a special part of the X-touch triangle.
The What's the special part of the X?
X touch,
Okay,
yung X touch po. GHG.
GHJ dito sa drawing.
Opo, si GHJ.
Yeah, actually, I'm interested. That particular point of concurrency, is that
It looks like the
uh
ortho center.
could be kasi nga kung orthocenter, then that would mean altitude. However, okay, well, we do have a 90-degree angle there kasi nga perpendicular. Kasi di ba from IA to J, you have
Okay,
and
okay.
then to the
So
base.
if so
Kaso
if
na lang
GH
GH
so if
doesn't
GH is if GH is if perpendicular to IA point of concurrency, then it means na GH should be parallel to
parallel. Kaso nga
B,
lang, should be parallel to
BC,
BC.
which it apparently isn't so po just from
Oo. So
inspiration.
at least so we can eliminate that point of concurrency from being the orthocenter of GHJ. Pero who knows, maybe in center. Wait, tingnan nga natin. Hold on, kasi pin-repair ko na to sa GeoGebra. Kasi I was thinking about this earlier.
Ina na po na.
So,
Ba? Yan na
um,
po may talagang stylized po na
oh,
professional.
thanks to GeoGebra. Okay, kaso nga lang. Oh wait, why does it do that? Okay. Sige na nga. So is this the in circle? Kaya wait, this is
Ito po
J
yung, this is literally
I.
business.
Kaso nga lang, if
Parang
that's gonna
it
be
doesn't
the
seem so. It doesn't seem
parang
so.
hindi parang hindi So centroid kaya parang hindi not the
Baka
centroid.
po, Jercon point.
Baka it's one of that, no? All right. But anyway, so balik tayo. So how do we know we have that point of concurrency? So I said we're gonna use the trigonometric form of Cheva's theorem.
Ever
Okay.
extended Chevrolet theorem.
Okay. So here's the situation. So you have a triangle, and then A, B, C, and then
Kasi po we know the angles We don't know the sides, but we know the angles. So maybe this one.
yes. All right. If you're going to use the ordinary Chavez theorem, you would need to know lengths of sides. However, sometimes it's difficult. What we might have available to us are some angles. So here's a conversion in terms of angles, but let's be precise. What angles? Ito, D, E, F. And let's say BE. So BE, let's say this is, so the angles we're going to look at are these angles. And then from A to D, alam mo, ang i-move ko na lang ng point. Okay. So, ng point. Okay, wait.
I accidentally drew the wrong segment. What if I just move the point and not the segment?
Oh, yeah. Oh. All right. And then F. All right.
Bro,
So here
ginalok
is
po para lang
F.
maging kongkalan.
Like I say, in question ng concurrency nila. All right. But even if you don't know their concurrency, you can look at these angles. So those two angles, and then the angles at B, and then the angles at C. And the trigonometric form says the following: AD, BE, and CF are concurrent if and only if. So just like with Chavez theorem, you look at these 6 segments and you form 3 ratios. It doesn't matter where you start. You could start with AF, and then you could decide to go counterclockwise or clockwise. And then when you form the ratios, you alternate. So this time, instead of the lengths of the 6 sides, we're going to look at the ratios of those 6 angles. So let me start with angle A, the left subangle. So the sine of angle DAB, so ito yon. divided by the sine of angle ito, ABE. ABE times ito naman EBD. So next ratio, so we now go to the numerator, EBD divided by the sine of, so we're done with EBD here. Ito naman, BCF. BCF times, ito na next, sine of angle ACF divided by the sine of angle, last is this one, CAD equals 1.
How would you possibly remember this?
The way to remember this actually, the easy way that we remember Chev's theorem, you're going through each of the angles. So, halimbawa, I started here, 1, and then you just go, let's say you decide to go counterclockwise, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So ganun. Ito nung 1, and then 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? You could also decide to go counterclockwise. 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So ito, 1, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator. We start with 1. We could have started with 5 or 4 or 2 or 3. And the three ratios that you formed, all being equal to 1, it's going to turn out to be equivalent to the similar equations if you decide to start at angle 3, whether you go clockwise or counterclockwise. All right. So that makes this actually not so difficult to remember if you see how you're forming the three ratios.
Alam po na, since yung X-circle po, now we can know all of the angles eh.
Oh yes, actually that's it. We can determine a lot of the angles because of may mga bisection tayong ginagawa in forming. But before we go there, let's provide a just. Syempre, we're not just gonna use this. We're gonna prove this.
Prove before use.
Yes, definitely. Okay. So even though it's an if and only if situation, let me start with. Let me just show one of them. Suppose you have concurrency, then let us show why the product of these three ratios, why must it be equal to 1? So, syempre, we're going to come up with expressions for each of the three ratios, and what we anticipate is going to happen is that a lot of those expressions will cancel each other, killing all of them, leaving us with just 1. So, suppose AD, BE, and CF are concurrent. And because what is a session if I'm not gonna do this?
Why is it necessary po? Why can't you just draw it again?
Kasi it would be fun.
The sole reason for it is for the destruction and ruining of my life.
Because I want to make you happy. Sige na nga, okay? Kasi sige na nga, okay.
The consequence of
sorry, I erased it and I'm gonna have to draw it again against your wishes because I think the sacrifice, this pain will make you stronger, Joshua.
Sacrifice.
ABC. Alright.
Ano po? Spain without the S.
Gotcha. All right. So Spain, DEF. Let's call it point P. Let us consider. So well, since AD, BE, and CF are concurrent, then here's what's going to happen. So we know that AF over FB times BD over DC times CE over EA is equal to 1. This is by the ordinary form or the default form of CEVA'S theorem. We're going to use that to produce the equation here. So basically, papakita natin, this product of three ratios will be equal to that product of various signs on the left side. So that's what we're going to do. And then we already have the product 1. Okay. Let's have a look at BD over DC. BD over DC, using something that we have encountered before in the past in terms of areas, in particular, the area of APB over the area of APC. Do you see this is equal to BD over DC?
Bruh. Nice. Abo.
But you remember this, right? So
The
BD over
altitude.
DC, so APB over APC. And then APB, we are going to express this in terms of ganito. Remember our formula, area formula, the area is given by 1/2 this length times this length times the sine of that angle.
Abo.
So APB is equal to 1/2, and then AB, and then AP times the sine of angle PAB, which is angle DAB, angle DAB, divided by, okay, APC naman. So APC, 1/2 AC times AP times the sine of this angle, which is angle CAD. And that simplifies to the following. So the 1/2s cancel, and clearly AP over AP. Now AB is small c, and then AC is small b, and then sine of angle DAB divided by the sine of angle CAD. Okay. Similar expressions can be found for the two other ratios from the ordinary CEVA'S theorem, AF over FB and CE over EA. And therefore, from CEVA'S theorem, 1 equals AF over FB, and then BD over DC, and then CE over EA. So ano nung so let's give space.
Sino French?
So I have C sine angle DAB, and then B sine angle CAD. So from BD and then DC. I'm thinking ginamit natin ng letters B and C to come up with C over B. So here I'm thinking, here we have vertices A and B. So we have B and A here. Since we have C and A here, then we have small letters A and C here. Then let's write down the signs, SIN. Then let's fill in the angles. Okay, so ito, BD to DC, we used the angles opposite them. So ito ng DAB and CAD. So when we fill in the missing parts for the other two ratios, we look at the angle opposite, in this case, AF and FB. So for AF, it will be this angle, and that is the angle ACF, okay, ACF. And then for FB, this is the opposite angle, BCF. And then here for CE, opposite CE is this angle, CBE. And then opposite EA, here's EA, is this angle, ABE. And all we gotta do is clean everything up. Let me remove the many check marks. Okay. The letters representing the sides all cancel themselves. A, leaving us with sines of 6 angles. So ACF over BCF. So ACF over BCF, they're not consecutive, but okay, let's start with ACF. Okay, here is ACF. And then it is up to us whether we want to go clockwise or counterclockwise. Let's go clockwise. That would be this. And ito, BCF. Actually, andito pala siya sa ilalim. Sine of angle BCF. Okay, next, ito naman. CBE, it is this. Sine of angle CBE divided by ito, ABE. Here we go. Sine of angle ABE. And then times, this would be next, BAD. So here it is, sine of angle BAD. And then lastly, CAD, sine of angle CAD. And the product of these, of this particular sine combination is indeed equal to 1. So this is the trigonometric form of, this is the trigonometric form of CEVA'S theorem. Okay. So let us prove this now on this particular problem. So I don't have to draw again. Let's let me snip a picture from GeoGebra. And here it is to be pasted. And okay. So prove. Okay. The perpendiculars to the sides of triangle ABC at the X touch points are concurrent. Okay. So let's, I think you used T sub A. So let's label these as T sub A. This would be T sub B, and then this would be T sub C. Okay. Let the X touch points be T sub A, T sub B, and T sub C as shown. Okay. Then, so for now, let's ignore the point of concurrency. Kasi nga, hindi nga natin alam, we don't know yet that they are concurrent. However, there are a lot of angles that we can determine here. Observe that you have, okay, these perpendiculars also contain the x centers. So as you can see, IC is on that perpendicular is on the perpendicular through T sub C, and then you have all these 90-degree angles, 90-degree angles, and then so we know that itong angle na to, you said you can find these angles, no? So for instance, ito Joshua, what is this angle in orange? How you best describe that, the measure of that angle?
It is complementary to the external angle bisector. Yes.
Yeah. So ito complementary dito. But then itong double marked angle, because it's half of the external angle bisector, it is complementary to
it's complementary to parang hindi na nasa dulo na po ng dila ko, hindi ko maisip. Ano kasi?
ito. In terms of the in center,
I mean, it's the half of A.
It is half of, okay, no, half of A, kasi if this is where the in center is, yeah, let's say this is where the in center is, I. Okay.
At saka rin pala po, yung mga X touch points, they form a unique ellipse that can be inscribed in the circle.
The X touch points form.
X touch points, they form a unique ellipse that can be inscribed in the triangle. This is called the
not necessarily a circle.
In the inside ano po, inside an ellipse po, inside the triangle. Mandartin ellipse tawag.
So there is only one ellipse that contains T sub A, T sub B, and T sub C.
Abo.
Nice, cool. All right, but anyway, the ellipse isn't necessarily a circle, no?
Hindi po.
Yeah. Okay. But itong ellipse na to, is it tangent to the triangle ABC or not? It is. Okay. Ah. Okay. Cool. Okay. But then, of course, hindi siya necessarily in circle kasi the X touch points are not necessarily the in touch points.
Opo.
Okay. So these perpendiculars. So anyway, for the illustration, so that means we have here the angle alpha over 2 as well, right? Gets mo yan? Why the orange angle is also alpha over 2.
Opo.
Okay. So sulat lang natin ng maayos. So alpha over 2 kasi so note that angle.
Itanong ko po kung meron pong ganun na point.
TC,
kung wala po dapat this must be published.
Itong point na to, I'm sure parang exercise to. I'm sure. Okay. Anyway, TCICA is 90 degrees minus angle ICATC. Okay, but this is okay, half of the external angle bisector of A. So it is complementary to half the internal angle bisector of A. So you get 90 degrees minus 90 degrees minus alpha over 2, and that's why this is alpha over 2. And so similarly, we get the following. So kung alpha over 2 iyon, then this is also going to be ito, this is alpha over 2. So this would be beta over 2, and this is beta over 2, and this is so gamma over 2, and then gamma over 2. So kasi itong angle na to, alpha over 2, no original no orange, alpha is tied up with A. So I suppose ang opposite niya, this one, alpha over 2 red. Okay. So similarly, okay, TCICA. So TCICB. Okay. TCICB equals beta over 2. And then this is also angle TAIAB. And then gamma over 2. Okay. This is TAIAC. Also, isa pang gamma over 2. T sub B, I sub B, and then C. Okay. But hold on. Likewise, isa pang alpha over 2 would be angle TBIBA. TBIBA. Anyway, these are just the same markings that we were already able to easily write. And then since angle, ang hirap tumingin, I need to see the angles, so let me write it here.
Sorry, iniisip ko rin po pala, is that point the in-center of the large triangle composed of the center, the x-centers?
Actually, there's something to be said kasi look, itong angle na to equals sa angle na to. So what did you suspect? That this point, let's call it point
no,
B.
it's not. It cannot possibly be the in-center, but there's something.
But rather,
is it the
instead it is the. Pero ganito, hold on. What this tells us is that what's the distance is P ito PIC and PIB make the same angle alpha over 2 with this particular segment.
So it means it's isosceles, and therefore ICP and PIB are congruent. Similarly for the other triangles. So it means PIC, PIB, and PIA are equidistant.
Which means
so
P is the.
What kasi? P is
which
the.
means P is the what?
P is the what? Ano kasi po yung equidistant?
Yeah, P is equidistant from 3 points. It means it is the center of the.
It's the circumcenter?
Yeah. Tingnan nga natin. Okay, tapusin natin to. Okay, but I think that's the. Hindi, sige, tingnan natin sa GeoGebra. I can't wait.
So, interesting pa rin po yan. Kasi sasabihin, mapaprove niyo po na the circumcenter of the triangle composed, yes, the circumcenter of the triangle composed of the x circles of a given triangle are, looks apparent.
Yeah. Okay. So it is
Are
actually
are
the
they pass through the
circum.
they pass through the X touch points.
Again, what's that? What's that?
The ano po, the center of the circumcenter. Ay, the circumcenter of the triangle composed of the X centers.
Uh-huh.
Their Chevians pass through the X touch points.
But which Chevians?
Yung ano po, basically po, to say it with ano yung ano po, C, IC to, the IC to C, IB to, hindi pala siya to C.
The IC going to
IC,
see actually doesn't pass through there. Iba
IC
nung
to,
ano.
basta yung IC po na passing through the point of tangency. IB passing through the point of tangency and IA passing through the point of tangency. That intersects its circumcenter for some reason.
Hold on. Oh, so parang lumalabas ng ano, how do we capture this?
It's not
So
really,
okay. So first,
it's not the definition po of the circumcenter. Pero, so it means po, let's say if we construct a smaller, if we make anong tawag doon? Nagawa ka ng mas maliit mo na triangle wherein its vertices are the exceners. Then the point na ganun po, basta whatever, the concurrency is also the circumcenter.
hindi lang or hanap ka ng way to formulate that. But yes, this is actually I did not realize this. In fact, so
So it must
parang
there must be a term for that po, the circumcenter of the X triangle.
yes, the circumcenter of
Or
the
is
X
it even
triangle.
X triangle ba po yung tawag doon? Kasi kung
Actually, I don't know. Maybe we could look. You could look it up. X triangle ba tawag doon? X triangle of triangle ABC. It would make sense. Diba? The X triangle is the triangle formed from the X centers. That makes sense. So itong point na to in particular. So it appears that yan
ayun,
the
Bernada po.
the perpendiculars to the X touch points are concurrent at the circumcenter of the X triangle.
Opo.
Ayan. So actually parang ganun nung lumalabas. The circumcenter of the X triangle is the point of concurrency of the perpendiculars through the X touch points.
Ito po. Nasa chat po sa Zoom.
Sige.
It is called an X triangle. So the circumcenter of the X triangle is also the concurrency of those yung mga ano po na yan.
Ito, okay. X triangle. So
Imagine ano po, mass stack exchange.
nice. Okay, so X triangles and X triangles. So X triangle, did they describe? Although wala akong access right now. Wait, did they? Actually, iba ang usage nila ng X triangle dito eh. So the X triangles of triangle ABC are those three shaded triangles. So iba to.
What do you call that po?
So hanap tayo. Triangle formed by the
ano ba po yan?
triangle formed by X centers.
Outer Napoleon triangle?
X central triangle. Ito, X central triangle.
Ayan. So the X central triangle, whatever.
Tingnan natin ang mga properties ng X central triangle. So ayan, X central triangle. Okay. So nung circumcenter.
So the in center of triangle ABC is formed by joining those.
Wait, we were talking about the circumcenter of the excentral triangle, di
Opo.
ba?
So ngayon,
Ito, tinutukoy niya. The
so
circumcircle is the so-called Bevan circle. Oh,
what? Someone already discovered that moment.
ano naman itong Bevan circle?
Bruh, someone
So, ayun,
already
nung point
me,
V.
me, me when someone already discovered it po.
Uh,
Bevan Point. No, someone already named it.
Bevan point V. Okay, so Bevan point, ito nung ano, ito
That's
nung
the point.
tinutukoy natin. Alright.
No.
So, yeah, so there you go. Okay. Then, so balik na tayo dun sa Bevan point V. Ano pa mga
Real. Nasa ano pa po siya? Even old, it is even older po than, it is even older than the NAGEL point.
Kasi 1806.
NAGEL point is 1836 eh.
So wow, madaming ano mga properties na pwedeng improve. The Bevan point and the in-center I are equidistant from the
Ayun.
Euler line. Oh,
The ano rin po, the
Euler
Bevan
line.
point is the midpoint of the line segment connecting the NAGEL point and the Longchamp's point. Di ba po yung Longchamp's?
Okay.
Yung Longchamp point, pa yata po yung ano na po ng
Ito nung middle
the
figure.
center and the parang ano ba yan? Orthocenter and the circumcenter.
Iba nung so parang nung n sub A, so the midpoint of the line segment joining the NAGEL point and the Longchamp's point. All right. Oh, it's the middle figure. Although I'm not familiar with the. Sabi mo ito nung the Longchamp's point. This is on the Euler line.
Opo.
N sub A.
Saan yung
Tingnan
Euler?
natin. Longchamp's point.
Ito.
A reflection of the orthocenter about the circumcenter. So, yun yung
The Bevan point is not on the Euler line.
Oh, no. Anyway, basta ang daming ano, ang dami. So I'm sure if so parang I suppose we explore based on what piques your interest right now. Pero ang dami. So of course you could explore this. Actually, ang dami-dami mga center na ako talaga. I'm fairly familiar with circumcenter, in-center, and I'm sure depending on the familiarity of students, there are other centers that can be talked about.
Exciter point movement.
So ito nga, di ba mga some of the terms, parang ang dami-dami na hinahanap na lang natin kung, pero I feel like, ayun, maybe someone has already.
Parang reinvention po na. Na-reinvent po yung Bevan point.
But it's fun to be able to discover these things on our own. Kasi ito ang ginagawa natin, di ba?
Meron lang
We
po
are exploring.
naka-discover dati, pero kung sana po, sabihin na na-rediscover po.
Yeah. Parang the result of our own personal exploration.
Opo.
Okay. So ito. Anyway, tutupusin lang natin na AICTC. Okay. Sine. Ito. AICTC over sine of ito. BICTC times the sine of, so this is alpha over 2 divided by beta over 2, and then times sine BIATA over sine of angle CIATA. Ito naman beta over 2 over gamma over 2 times sine of dito naman starting with C to IB and then TB over sine of AIBTB. And these are from the figure gamma over 2 and alpha over 2, and this is easily seen to be 1, then the claim is proved that these that these perpendiculars are indeed concurrent. And then what we noted, so from the figure, okay, observation.
Pero ano po na, ano po ng civil engineer? Yan.
What do you mean? What
Na-discover po yan ng civil engineer.
is that? The BEVAN point.
Abo.
So the one who discovered it is a civil engineer, C. BEVAN in 1800s. Okay, it is named in honor. Wait, yeah.
Named in honor na lang.
Named in honor lang. Okay, pero but named in honor. Okay, a relatively unknown Englishman proposed. All right, a problem solved by John Butterworth. Or I think John Butterworth was trying to do something else. Prove that the circumcenter O is the midpoint of the incenter and the circumcenter of the X central triangle. Check na natin yun sa as a figure.
The circumcenter was the point of the incenter I. Midpoint? And the so the circumcenter is the midpoint of the BEVAN point and the incenter?
So ito, drawing natin ng wait, punta ako sa GeoGebra. Okay, verify natin. So ito, in circle,
relatively unknown Englishman.
BC. So ito, tapos let's look at the center of the incircle. So ayun, that's the i-rename natin to as I.
Point.
Okay, and then for ABC, for the circumcenter, drawing natin the circle through ABC. Okay, and then what we need is the center of the circle through ABC. So that will be so this is ang ginagamit O for the orthocenter. O. So you have the BEVAN point. So point the purple point, and it appears. So yeah, let's zoom in here. So what's an easy visualization to verify that O is indeed right there? First off, are they collinear? Check natin. Okay, so ayun, mukhang collinear. Tapos let's move some of the vertices. Okay, so mukhang collinear nga. And then are they related by a midpoint relationship? Is O their middle? So let's draw the circle through O, centered O, centered I, and all right, mukhang dadaan pa rin siya doon sa BEVAN point. However, we move some of the vertices. Okay. Quite interesting. Okay. So again, this is not the Euler line kasi nung Euler line is
plot po yung NAGEL line. Ay, NAGEL point.
Yeah. NAGEL point. What's the NAGEL point again?
From the vertices to the opposite X touch point.
Wait, from the vertex, so from A going to
T sub A.
Di ba nung NAGEL point? Okay, George. Okay. All right. A going to T sub A. So hindi ko na ilalabel ng T sub A ha. So ito nung all right.
Tan. Okay.
So ito nung NAGEL point.
So it's not collinear. With the it's not on the NAGEL line.
Sa under na gel line. Pero ano nung isang statement na nakita natin, the BEVAN point is equidistant from the isang property. Hold on.
The Longchamp's point and the ano po, and the NAGEL
The
point.
iba-iba. Wait, the BEVAN point and the in-center are equidistant from the Euler line.
Ah.
Okay, so ito.
Where's the Euler line po kasi?
The Euler line contains the orthocenter. So, i-drawing natin ng orthocenter. Hide natin to. Okay. So, for the orthocenter, altitudes kailangan natin. Okay, so this is the orthocenter H. H. And then, so the Euler line passes through orthocenter and orthocenter.
I think kailangan po natin i-move po yung vertices.
So para mas makita natin. But first, let's connect them. Tapos, well, we have different colors for easy visualization. Let's change the color. So this is the Euler line.
If the human imagination is infinite, then think of a new color.
Ito, so natin na.
It seems so close though.
I think itong A nung igagalaw ko.
I think it's really inherently close po.
Okay, let's zoom in further. So orthocenter and the BEVAN point, right, are equidistant from the Euler.
I mean the in-center po and the ano.
In center. So let's see. To find the distance, we drop a perpendicular from I to the Euler line. Let me hide this circle. Okay, and then also from the BEVAN point to the Euler line. Okay, and then ito nung feet of the perpendiculars, this and that. Ang laki naman ng points kasi. Let's hide this. And
pwede na po ilitan.
This, pwedeng liitan. Liitan natin. Size 3. Okay, and then, so segment, segment I going
literally JavaScript coding.
Yan, Q1 pumasok 0.05, but let's rounding to, let's say, 5 decimal places. So no Q1, and then this is anong point ito? This is point G going to M. Segment from G going to M. So nung bagong segment on the left, will it be the same as Q1? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So R1 and Q1. So equidistant. That's green, dark green. 0.0476. Okay. I guess to prove that, kasi I'm seeing two right triangles here. Nung hypotenuse nila, OI and O going to the BEVAN point. So I suppose we have to show two triangles which are
vertical angle.
Wait, actually, it would follow if if O is the midpoint of I and the BEVAN point.
By SAS.
Oh, kasi yeah, parang congruent triangles lang to eh.
SAE. Abo.
Congruent triangle. So meron kang 90-degree angle, tapos you have vertical angles.
Abo, tapusan niyo
So
na lang.
definitely, so similar triangle sila, pero congruent kasi no hypotenuse nila pareho kasi OI is the same as O going to the BEVAN point. So tama, di ba? So congruent triangles. Hello, you still there?
Abo.
Okay. I thought you
Ano lang po.
disappeared. Okay. Wow. Kaya dami natin na explore dito. All right. So balik tayo dun sa. Okay. So observation, point out lang natin. The point of concurrency. The point of concurrency is the circumcenter of IA, IB, IC, which is the X central triangle of triangle ABC. And from what we searched, this is apparently called the BEVAN point of triangle ABC. All right, yay. Okay. What I actually wanted to talk about for today, discussion, is for the something you're familiar with, the 9-point circle.
Tang 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 tang.
You've already encountered this before, right?
Are there any other significant points on the 9-point circle, or is it just the 9-point circle?
I'm sure there are other significant points on the 9-point circle, but I don't know. Hindi ko alam. Posibleng meron. Okay. Maybe it's something that can be.
So we must tell the mathematical society po na it's not really 9 points, it's 11 points or 12 points.
Well, actually, ganito. The fact that it's a circle means that there are infinitely many points in it.
Infinite points that they correct objection, that is actually called an infinite circle, an infinite point circle.
Oh yeah, okay.
Number of points on the circle.
Okay, it just happened to have 9 points which are prominent. Okay, so dapat 9 prominent points circle instead of 9-point circle. Okay, 9 famous points circle. Okay, kasi circle so dapat infinitely many points there.
Kaya 9-point nonagon na lang para ano.
9-point nonagon.
Okay. A curved nonagon, sort of.
All right, ganito. Ayokong i-drawing, so i-let go ko na tong. Sige, new window.
Bakit ayaw niyo po mag-drawing?
Mag-drawing ng 9-point circle.
3D?
Okay, by default, di ko alam bakit 3D nang lumalabas dito eh.
Pero
may open GeoGebra.
GeoGebra?
Yeah, so it depends on the version, but yeah, there's a 3D graphics window.
Epic.
Okay, so but use it every now and then, but of course not for geometry discussions like this. So sa calculus 3 in 3-dimensional space. So mas ginagamit ko to for my college classes. So let's draw the 9-point circle, but it's always in reference to a triangle. So we speak of the 9-point circle of triangle ABC. So A, and then B, and then C. Ngayon naman ayaw lumabas yung label. Show labels. B and then C. Show the labels. And then let me hide the axes. And then I don't need that point. So these are the sides. A, and then small b, and then small c. Okay. The 9-point circle consists of the midpoints. And okay, so hold on. The feet of the altitudes muna. From A to here. from B to here, oops,
Oh, whoops.
from B to here, and then C to here. Okay, of course they intersect at the orthocenter, so let's call it now H orthocenter. H, and then the points of intersection, let's call these D, and then this is E, and let's call this F. Okay, but let me hide the lines. And then for our 9-point circle, wait, itong mga reds, these are the feet of the altitudes. Let's color code them. Let's use, okay, red. And then now let's consider the midpoints of the three sides. So ito, midpoint. Okay, but let's use, let's call this A prime, then B prime. And then this is C prime. And then because these are going to be special points, prominent points, let's color code them. Blue. Okay, and one reason for using the orthocenter is because we are going to look at the points that are halfway through, that are halfway across, that are halfway through from the orthocenter to the three vertices. So from H to A, this is the midpoint. From H to B, and from H to C. So let's call them KLM. I just want to avoid G because G is usually reserved for the orthocenter. So K, and then this is L, and then this is M, and KLM in green. And it turns out that these 9 colorful points are all on the same circle. So kuha tayo ng isang blue, isang red, and isang green. And green. And that is the 9-point circle.
Epic.
All right, so that's a 9-point circle. Tapos just like to point out that K, so ito, those are midpoints. But wait, do I need? Wag na, pampagulo ng ano. But so there's the orthocenter, and then the Euler line contains the centroid, and also not just the orthocenter but the circumcenter. So kung ito nung circumcenter, okay, then the center of this, well, the center is the point of concurrency of the perpendicular bisectors. So ang center nito ay, okay, center of conic section D. So ito, labeled as G, but we're going to rename this to point O. So that's the circumcenter. And so O going to H, that's the Euler line. Okay, but we need just this segment. And I don't need the label for that. So let me hide the label. Show the label. And it turns out that the center of the 9-point circle, you've probably seen this already. The center is the midpoint of O and H. O and H, midpoint is that point. Let's relabel this to N, YN for 9-point circle. And because I used pink for the color of the 9-point circle, let's use the same color for
I mean,
the
it's technically magenta po. But okay.
magenta ba? You should never ask me for colors. I think I can only identify blue and red, but magenta, periwinkle, what are those? Okay. So I mean, so some people are more sensitive to that. All right.
Magenta, periwinkle, mga fuchsia po, mga chestnut.
We're gonna. I can spell them good. I can spell them. You can ask me for spellings, but not for the colors themselves. So wait for our proofs later. So ito, lakihan natin kasi actually maybe we don't need. I can hide the circumcircle. Okay, kasi sobrang dami ng circle. So this is the 9-point circle. So let me snip and paste this. And let's go back to our notebook. Where is the notebook here? Okay. So the 9-point circle. Okay. So this is the circle through the midpoints D, E, F, and then the midpoints A prime, B prime, C prime of the sides, and the points K, L, and M. K, L, and M, which are by definition the respective midpoints of HA, HB, and HC. So where the significance of H is that H is the orthocenter. Okay, where H is the orthocenter of triangle ABC. But before we can even give this a name, the theorem that has to be proved here is that, okay, the 9 points D, E, F, A prime, B prime, C prime, and K, L, M are concyclic. And in fact, okay, the center N of this circle, okay, which is the so-called 9-point circle of triangle ABC, is the midpoint of H and O. So one thing that we have already discussed with regards to the Euler line, which contains H and O, is that it also contains the median. So balik lang tayo quickly doon sa GeoGebra. Okay, because we already have the midpoints. If you look at the medians, A prime, C prime, and B prime. Okay, see their point of intersection. It's G, the centroid. and it's 1/3 of the way from O going to H. And then N, on the other hand, is half of the way through from O going to H. So you have those 4 points on the Euler line. Of the four centers of the triangle, the four most prominent ones, ortho, centroid, orthocenter, so they're in the Euler line. The only one that's not guaranteed there is the in-center. So, no in-center ang wala doon necessary.
Pero nasa Nagel line naman po siya.
Nasa Nagel line. Okay. What's the Nagel line again? It's on the in-center.
Defined po by the in-center and the Nagel point.
Okay. All right. But is there anything else on the Nagel line? Kasi if kunwari, you're gonna define what's the Nagel line, it's the line through the Nagel point and the in-center, then trivially, by definition, the in-center is there on the Nagel line. Kasi yun ang definition ng Nagel line. So I wonder, are there other, tingnan natin.
There are other things on the Nagel line.
There should be, okay, Nagel line, other special. Oh, actually, andun din ng centroid. Okay, so I to the centroid G, tapos the Nagel point. Meron pang ano tong speaker center naman. Also, the centroid is on the Nagel line and also on the Euler line.
Okay. It's the in-center of the medial triangle.
Okay, SP, in-center of the medial triangle.
It's also the circle's radical circle. Okay.
Okay. Okie dokie. Wow. Lots of properties talaga. No? Tapos that's only with the triangle. Okay, so
let's... Pero po yan?
Ano yan?
Tapos ang S, capital S, tapos ang small p.
Balik tayo dun sa SP. Yeah, two symbols, SP. Kasi usually, are you referring to the fact that when we put two symbols together, usually it means multiplication?
Abo.
There are some exceptions. Kunwari, when delta x, which represents the amount of change in the variable x, if you've encountered this before. So, even though two symbols together, but delta in this case has no individual meaning separate from x. So sometimes it happens that in mathematics we use two symbols together and they're on the same level, tapos walang subscript. So sometimes it does happen, but it's rather rare. It's rare. Okay, so paano natin to mapapakita na nung colorful points are on a circle? Kasi ganito.
Kasi the colorful points are clowns and then they're in the circles.
Kasi ganito, proof by coloring. Kasi ganito, Joshua, if they are, okay, we colored them because they're special.
Apo.
And so what more can be more special than them being on the same circle? That's why they are on the same circle, because we colored them, therefore they must be special. Okay, proof by being special. Pag hindi natin ito kinulayan, then I promise you, hindi na sila mag-fall on the same circle. Okay? Magbabago ang laws of the physical universe.
Sinabi po ng yung third grader. How can you prove this? Nakaisip po.
Because I use crayons for them. I didn't use a pencil. I use crayons. Okay. Okie dokie. It's because we can draw, in fact, ganito. So you have 9 points. Ihuli natin ng mga green. Let's just look at the blues and the greens. Okay. So ganito. If you look at B prime, C prime. Ito, B prime, C prime. That looks horizontal, di ba? Well, of course, kasi B prime, C prime are the midpoints of their respective sides. So therefore, that's parallel to the base BC. So if the base BC is horizontal, so is B prime, C prime. But notice anything else that seems horizontal?
A prime, C prime.
A prime. Wait,
I
where
mean,
is C prime?
compared
Wait,
to,
no.
compared to E.
Horizontal from our point of view.
LM.
LM.
LMAO.
So B prime, C prime parallel to BC. But not only that, okay, look at the two horizontal segments. We still need to justify LM is horizontal, di ba? Pero does it seem like it's
AD.
congruent to B prime, C prime?
No.
What?
Wait, it is? It
Is
seems
it?
like, kasi po yung color kasi medyo naano po yung psychology.
Okay, sure.
It looks like B prime, C primes a little bit
Sige
bigger.
nga, ano natin, gamit tayo ng ito. Eh, wait. Ito. So mukhang horizontal. Mukhang horizontal. But if you look at those horizontal segments, anything else that seems peculiar about it? In terms of the length,
In terms,
does it seem like they're congruent?
it seems like they're congruent po if I lean my head to the side.
Okay. How about this quadrilateral? What does that quadrilateral look like?
It looks like a green box, but then minus the green.
Okay, you're gonna say it looks like a trapezoid. All right. But you see, it looks like come on, you can do it. What particular shape is suggested by that drawing that I just did? B prime, C prime, L.
It's a quadrangle that has
I know, but it looks like a. You can do it. You can do it. Is it a square? Is it a pentagon? Anyway, it looks like a. It looks like a rectangle. So yun ang claim natin, rectangle. So how can we show it's a rectangle? I guess first we gotta justify the mga perpendicular the congruence. So B prime, C prime. Okay. So proof.
Ayan.
Okay. Proof. Okay. Since B prime and C prime are the midpoints
Testing.
of AC and AB respectively. Hello?
Hello po.
Okay, nag-move na?
Nag-ano yung mic namin at tamaan ni Joshua. Didinig po kami?
Yes. Actually, malinaw kayo.
Opo.
Anyway, ito from the figure. B prime and C prime are midpoints of AC and AB respectively. Then, we see that B prime, C prime is parallel to BC. But not only that, nung length ng B prime, C prime is half of BC.
What?
Diba? Kasi B prime, C prime, ano tawag dyan? Medial line? Midline. All right. Okay, so B prime, C prime. Tapos ganito, we want to show LM is also parallel and half of BC. Kasi ang suspension natin, B prime, C prime, and LM have the same lengths. But that can be done this time by considering B, H, C. Same argument kasi ganito. Isn't LM the midline of BHC, the orange triangle? Diba? BHC. Kasi what is L? Midpoint of HB. How about M? Midpoint of HC. So the green points. So LM is a medial line of the orange triangle HBC. So parallel din siya sa BC, tapos half of BC rin. So yun na, LM and B prime C prime So nung parang rectangle natin, so we've taken care of the horizontal sides. Okay, so sulat na lang natin. Since L and M are midpoints of HB and HC respectively, then LM is parallel to BC and LM is half of BC. And if you note the fact that ito nga, B prime C prime parallel to BC, which is in turn parallel to LM, then that means B prime C prime is parallel to LM, and B prime C prime equals LM. So in our what seems to be a rectangle, so the horizontal sides are indeed horizontal and they have the same lengths. So ngayon, but what we have at best for now is, who knows, maybe parallelogram yon. Parallelogram, which is not a rectangle. Okay. So what we got to do is show that we have a 90-degree angle there. So in other words, we have, pero kasi, burahin ko na ng orange. Okay. So we want to show C prime L. We want to show perpendicular yon. Perpendicular to the horizontal. So what we're gonna use is, ano pa ba nung meron tayong perpendicular sa horizontal? Well, this is an altitude, right? Altitude yan, kasi H is the orthocenter. K is the midpoint from the orthocenter H going to A. D is the foot of that altitude. Okay, so we want to show itong CL is parallel to that particular orange altitude that was just drawn. So this time, what we're going to look at is the following triangle naman. Ito. A, B, H. ABH. Kasi for AB, C prime is the midpoint. For BH, the midpoint is L. So that makes C prime L a midline of that triangle, and that must be parallel to the side AH. Okay, pero ng AH, perpendicular siya dito sa side na to, sa base BC. So that must mean itong C prime L, perpendicular din siya. And then it's the same story with this. Ito, perpendicular din, similar story. So therefore, this and this, nung blue triangle natin, those vertical sides are indeed parallel and also congruent. All right, so let's write that down. Okay, so in reference to triangle ABH, okay. So since C prime and L are midpoints of AB and HB respectively, then ano to? C prime L is parallel to AH. Okay. So of course, half siya ng AH, pero so pero hindi ko na yun kailangan, but what I get to point out is the following. Okay. Since AH is perpendicular to the base BC, then C prime L is perpendicular to BC. Tapos, similarly, so ito, C prime L perpendicular to BC. Similarly, B prime M is also perpendicular to BC. And so now we have all the ingredients we have to conclude, okay, therefore, C prime B prime ML is a rectangle. So asa nung rectangle na yon? Ito, it's this rectangle. Let me see if I can draw a shape. Okay, wag na nga. Drawing ko na lang, old school.
Bakit may term pong old school pero wala pong terms new school?
Oo nga, ito. Okay. Similarly, ito naman, meron din tayong other, meron pa tayong ibang rectangles na ma-form. Ito, ibang color naman. So, C prime, A prime, and so ito, mga blues and greens. Ito no other pair of green points, K and M.
Literally.
So nung green quadrilateral, that's also a rectangle. Isa pa. Orange naman. So ano pang pairing ng blue? Ito. B prime, A prime, and L, K, rectangle din yan.
Yung ano naman po, is there something to be said about
Hindi pa natin nasasama ng mga reds, no? So mamaya na ng mga feet of the altitudes. Okay. Similarly, okay, C prime. So ano naman nung purple, the orange is A prime, B prime, KL. So that's orange. Nung green, green is A prime, C prime, KM are also rectangles. So after nito, dito tayo nag-continue. Okay, now because we have rectangles, that means we have lots of, actually, diba? If you have 4 points and they form a rectangle, they are concyclic. Okay, so how do we, so we are looking at how many, so ito, from the first, ito, compare natin, C prime, B prime, ML. So those 4 points are concyclic. Tapos, compare natin ito, A prime, C prime, KM. Kasi, wait, how do we know it's the same circle? Kasi,
find the circumcenter using...
kaya ito. If you look at C prime, B prime, ML,
CEVA'S theorem and rectangles.
and are on the circle with diameter. So I'm referring to nung pinakauna, which is purple. with diameter C prime M. Diba? C prime M. Kasi purple, C prime M is a diagonal. So, nung diagonal na yon, that's gonna be a diameter of the circle. Now, the other rectangle that I colored, A prime, C prime, KM, so that's the, ano naman to? Anong color nito? This is green. Pero observe that for A prime, C prime, KM, ang isang diagonal din niya is C prime M. Okay. So A prime, C prime, KM are on the circle with diameter also C prime M. Pero look, oh, two circles sharing the same diameter. Therefore, these circles must be the same circle. Kasi mag-drawing ka ng segment, if you think of this as a diameter, isang circle lang ang madodraw mo dyan. Okay, so from these two statements, so this means A prime, B prime, C prime, and then K, L, M are concyclic. So actually, di na nga pala natin kailangan ng A prime, B prime, K, L. Okay, but here kasi, with the two circles, we were already able to capture 6 points. A prime, B prime, C prime, K, L, M. So ano na lang ang kailangan nating isali? The red points D, E, F. It suffices to show that one of the red points is on the same circle because the same argument would hold for including the two other red points in the same circle. What I would like to consider is, ito, balik tayo sa figure. Let me use a different color. Ito. K, A, D. KAD. Okay. 90-degree angle yan, di ba? KAD. Kasi D is the foot of the perpendicular. Tapos H is the orthocenter. And then KA prime is a diameter of the orange circle. Okay, so ito, before ko isulat, look at the orange circle. One of its diameters is KA prime. However, because KDA prime is 90 degrees, then that means D is also on the circle having diameter KA prime. So ito, sulat ko na lang. Okay. So no orange K, L, A prime, B prime. Okay. Their circle, okay, which contains orange triangle K, L, A prime, B prime. Sorry, K, L, A prime, B prime, orange triangle has diameter nung blue segment KA prime. And then since ito, KDA prime is 90 degrees, then the point D is on the circle with diameter KA prime. Thus, B is on the same circle as A prime, B prime, C prime, K, L, M. So ibig sabihin, nung D is now also a member, similarly, so it's not just now the foot D, but also E and F. E and F are also on the same circle. Okay, I'm afraid I have to stop here because I have a meeting at 4:30, but we haven't proved yet that the center of the circle is the midpoint of H and O.
Ano po, if we prove it daw po, it will be the downfall of humanity itself.
Yes, and that's what we are after. Also, ganito, the radius of the 9-point circle is half the circumradius. So di ba the circumradius we denoted by big R? The radius of the circle through A, B, and C. So it turns out that for the 9-point circle, its circumradius. So in other words, the radius of the 9-point circle is half of big R. So that's what we're gonna do next time we see each other. All right. Okay, gotta go.
Okay po.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye po. Bye-bye.